Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and welcome to my look at a new game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and that is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. This comes from Square Enix, of course, so a big thanks to them for providing a free copy of the game for me to look at for you guys. This one's out today, and it's on the Switch and other platforms, other consoles, including iOS, I believe, as well. And as it's a multiplayer kind of focused game, it does actually feature cross-platform play, which is awesome. So gonna have a quick look at this one and show you what it's all about. Not played a massive amount. I only got the code quite late yesterday, but can still show you what it's about. Now, I've played through the first dungeon here, so let's have a look, see if we can move on to the next one. So what this game's all about is, it's set in the Final Fantasy universe. It's actually a spin-off of Final Fantasy. We don't want to go there, we want to go up this way. Actually, there's a dungeon down here. We'll go back down to this one. Well, I'll tell you what this is all about. You, in this world that you live in, your village, you're trying to protect it from the miasma. I think that's the right way to say it. Miasma. It's like an evil force that's in the world, and you have a special like orb in each village that protects you from this miasma. But you need to keep it topped up with myrrh, so your task is to go out into the world and collect this myrrh to keep your orb topped up and to protect your village from the miasma. So you do that by going to various dungeons on the map and fighting through sort of some minions and then defeating a boss, and then you collect a drop of miasma from a magical tree, because of course you do. These are little hints that get put into your diary that you can read at any time. Sort of progress the story or give you hints about what to do, sort of little tutorials and hints on how to defeat enemies. This is the menu screen that you'll be spending a bit of time in, so we'll just have a quick look at this. You can obviously save and load, got some options, and you can actually within there turn off the crossplay. So you've got cross-platform play there. You can turn that off. There's no voice chat, I don't believe, in the game, so you've got these kind of predetermined phrases that you can use. And there's a few other basic options there. You've got letters, so every now and again in the game your family or friends will send you letters that you can read, and again gives you sort of hints and tips, and you can send and receive presents from different people. There's a diary that we just looked at. Friends, you can keep a friends list to sort of invite from the multiplayer. Just let that connect. So that's fine. That's to set an online profile, which I've not done yet. Well, I will be having an online focused video in the next few days. Grabbed a code from a buddy as well. So we're going to be having a quick go on the multiplayer to show what that's all about. Set out is when you want to go to the world map and sort of move on to the next location. Set out together is when you want to do that with a buddy once you've partied up. So we're going to have a look at this Tipper Peninsula, the River Bell Path. I never played the original of this, so I've seen some footage of it. And there is obviously some graphical upgrades here on the Switch version and the remaster version. Got these little elemental puzzles as well, so to get this drawbridge down, you need to stand on these two pressure plates so we can drop the urn or whatever it is on the other pressure plate there. See if we can get the Moog to carry this. So you normally press X. There you go. So he can carry it for us. So here's some enemies. Now you've got basic attacks on the A button. You've got basic physical attacks. And you need to time these. If you time them right, you can get a combo off of 3 hits. And they drop these, normally drop an item. So Plume of Phoenix down. Now if you hold down the A button, you get this targeting circle, which you can use to fire, sort of a ranged attack. And if you look in the top left hand corner, you've got the word attack there. You can use the R and L buttons to cycle through different commands that they're called. So we've got attack, defend, lets you do sort of a dodge roll, Phoenix down, and you can put in another magical item here, but Phoenix down is like a piece of magic. If you press the Y button, you bring up a menu and you can add magical commands to your list here. We haven't really got anything. You can also put these items into your command list as well. We need to get some more magic. Let's have a look at the rest of the menu here. You've got items that you collect. So I've collected all these various food items and recipes and stuff. Key items that you can pick up, treasures and stuff. Favourite sorts of food. And then you can get to the options from here as well. But let's carry on. Make sure the Moog is carrying the urn. I did have a cure spell as well, which I seem to not have anymore. So I think I might have to pick that up. Combat took a little while to get used to be honest. But once I did get used to it, it's quite cool. Using the ranged attack there to take out the baddies. Now these urns that are around, these are quite interesting as well. Actually, let's just take out this bad guy first. There we go. Now these urns, you can pick these up and break them, and they will leave a pool of water or oil, depending on the urn or the like the what's the word for it, vase or whatever it is that you throw. It leaves it on the ground. Now you can use a magic attack. Like I've got fire now because I picked up a fire spell from one of the downed enemies. And if I actually, this might not work because I need oil. Yeah, I need an ice attack. Basically, if you've got an ice magical attack, you can freeze water. And if you spill oil on the ground, if you throw oil on the ground and use a fire attack, you can create like a fire wall, or you can throw it at other enemies and set them on fire. So that's a pretty neat idea. There's also these treasure chests to pick up, and in this particular dungeon we get bonus points for finding treasure chests. Each dungeon has different bonus points, that maybe to kill a certain amount of people or a certain type of enemy. These little things are like keys. You find sort of the top bit, throw it onto the sort of fountain piece there. It opens up these gates to new areas. Again, look at the green circle on the floor. Be very careful not to go out of that. So here is some oil. If I pick this up and throw it, and then if I use my fire spell, I should set that on fire and kill that enemy. So say with the water, if you get an ice, actually this might be an ice, that wasn't, was it? Once the enemies drop like an ice spell, you can pick that up and use an ice magic as well. So another gate. Now apparently back in the day this was I'd say better to play in multiplayer, and it never obviously had online, being on the GameCube. You actually used to have to connect 4 Game Boy Advances together with a special link cable to be able to play this in multiplayer, which sounds crazy. It must have cost a fortune. You can see I've got top left hand corner, I've got some cure spells now. If I just get some breathing spells in the enemy, I'll show you how that works. Just hold down the magic button, which is A, let it go. I just about got cured in time before I got killed by this big thing. Now a lot of these attacks are timing based, so you sort of have to get in at the right time to not take any damage. But yeah, obviously with the modern remaster version, you've now got the option to play online multiplayer, which will be great, especially with that cross-platform. It's a really nice bonus. I wasn't aware that was in the game, so you'll be able to play. I believe you can even play with iOS players, which is pretty cool. So there we go, taking out big baddie, and we've got a double axe artifact. Now at the end of each dungeon, you get all the artifacts that you've collected. Let's see if we can see them on this menu. Oh, you can see them there on the right hand side, the treasures. I've got a double axe at the moment. At the end, when you complete a level, you get all of the artifacts displayed that you've picked up in the dungeon, and you can pick one to keep, which is quite cool. So I've got 2 cures. I don't need 2 cures. So these are the other spells that I've got now. So I've got Thunder, Raise. That's really useful in multiplayer. It helps you resuscitate another player. I think we'll stick, as we've already got Thunder, we'll stick, as we've already got 2 cures, we'll stick Thunder in there. Now this is the other thing you can do with attacking. You can take 2 spells, so I've got Fire and Thunder, and if I put them in slots next to each other, you can see I can sort of craft that into another new spell called Gravity. So you can see now in my spells on the top left hand side, I've now got Gravity, which is a more powerful version, but it takes those 2 spells to, you know, combine to do it. So this is the game really. Sort of go through these dungeons, fighting these enemies, finding treasure chests, picking up loot, trying to use the right magic spells, and trying not to get killed. Pick up some money there, some gil as they call it in Final Fantasy. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. As I say, I've not played, you know, obviously not played the whole game. I've only played of hours, but so far so good. It plays really nicely. I'm looking forward to trying it multiplayer for definite, so I think I might jump on, see if I can pick up some multiplayer with some randoms later. So I've got a buddy that's going to be playing it multiplayer with me when we get a second this week, so I will record that and stick that back up online. But there you go, that's Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition on the Nintendo Switch. If you've got any questions, let me know below in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer them. This one comes out at quite a nice little price. I think it's £25 in the UK, which will probably convert to about $30 in the US. And you can pick it up on the eShop today, I believe, the 27th of August. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe if you're new, and so leave me a comment below. But until then, I will see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.